Hi guys, welcome to Just Trying to Help a Sister Out in Ndani Phases Season 2 Episode 7 review. And yes, congratulations guys. Today's episode, episode 7, longest episode thus far this season. Give yourselves a round of applause. I kept on thinking that the episode was going to end around 10-11 minutes like it normally does, but hey, we got 18, just a little over 18 minutes this time around. Interesting episode, lots of wow moments in my opinion. First of all, it opened up with Suki trying to break up with Wande over the whole colleagues can't date each other incident. You know, that's where we left off last week when Ini told Suki that, look, you can't date Wande because you guys are co-workers and it's against company rules. My guy Suki actually tried to break up with Wande over that issue. I have several issues with Suki now, given what happened today. And I'm now questioning their relationship. Let me explain why. Suki and Wande started going out or dating each other under very peculiar circumstances. They were both grieving when they kissed and, you know, something started developing between them. Wande was grieving the loss of her cat Timmy, and Suki was moping around and just sobbing over Ini and Ini's relationship with Bubemi. You know, they met in the office, they kissed, sparks flew, and now they're in a relationship. So the whole reason or the foundation of their relationship is faulty, in my opinion, now that I'm looking at it. I didn't see things this way last week because, hey, it was new, and I think it's one of those issues that it's adversity that exposes the cracks in a relationship. Because now that there's this issue of colleagues can't date each other, it has shown that Suki is ready to just toss this babe aside to adhere to company policy. He didn't put up a fight. He didn't even propose that, hey, let's try and sneak around. Let's keep it under the radar and, you know, the office people don't have to know. He did not try any of that. He didn't say that. He was just willing, on the instruction of his ex, Ini, to just toss Wande aside and end the relationship. So now that I think about it, Suki really isn't in this relationship when you really think about it. And he just hasn't shown that he's in this relationship. And if you've watched episode 7, you've seen all the things that Wande did to try and make sure that her relationship with Suki stays intact. She had the conversation with him, which she initiated. She met up with Ini, the other woman, to have a conversation after, you know, Suki told her that he had history with Ini. She met up with Ini to have that conversation, to iron things out. And then third, by the end of the episode, she quit her job in his company so that there'd be no, you know, company rules to break anymore. Now she doesn't work in the company anymore, so that now they can freely date. 3 sacrifices or 3 actions in one episode. What did my guy Suki do to save this relationship in this episode? Not a single thing. Suki, at the end of the day, as rumors have had it, might actually just be a Yoruba demon, because this guy, he really fell my hand in this episode. He did not try and fight for the babe. The fact that Ini came to him and tried to end his relationship with another woman using company policy and everything, he just doesn't have any you-know-whats. He didn't stand up for her. He didn't tell Ini, look, I will decide whether or not I'm going to have a relationship with Wande. If at all, you know, anyone calls me to order, it will be the board, not you. You are just a consultant. Do your job. And he should have, you know, put his foot down at the end of, you know, last week's episode or at the beginning of this week's episode. But my guy did what he always does. He rolled over and he's just a wet blanket. And I'm just not pleased with Suki. And this guy is just, I have several colorful words to describe Suki right now, but I will behave myself. This relationship between Suki and Wande now, I think it's just going to end in tears. Wande seems naive, and she seems like she's young and not experienced in these things, because there are telltale signs right there that Suki is an F-boy. Because what is Suki actually doing for her? What's he bringing to the table? He's not whining and dining her. He's not giving her money. Not that, you know, she should be collecting money from her boss. He's not giving her the good stuff. You know what I mean? What exactly is Suki doing for Wande that Wande is going out of her way to ensure that she remains in a relationship with this guy? It's unfortunate. And I think I said it a couple of reviews back that, I mean, sometimes a kiss should just be a kiss, or, friends, FWB should just be FWB, or a situationship should just be a situationship. Because they kissed does not mean that they had to go out. It could have just ended there, or it could have been something else. They don't have to date, because now they're on a one-way train to disaster, and it's Wande who will do all the crying. Suki will play the victim once again and probably end up with Tunde or Ini. Period. Moving on from Suki and Wande, let's talk about Jeje. Jeje came to the office to see Suki and was talking about hunting and hunters and whatnot, and basically trying to tell Suki that, look, she should take one for the team and be a bad boy and, bed Wande. Just so, his own girlfriend, Tunde, doesn't use the whole waiting till marriage thing like Suki against him. That was odd. I don't know why people on this show don't take up their issues with the people that they actually have issues with. Tunde should have been having his conversation, Jeje should have been having his conversation with his girlfriend Tunde, rather than going to Suki's office to talk to him. So that was off. And then, still on Jeje, well, towards the end of the episode, let me treat this, then I'll come to Tunde. Jeje was in a bar. What does Jeje do? What's his profession? Because that guy is always lounging or something. As you never see him, or Tunde for that matter, going to work or coming back home from work. What do they do? They're always just chilling. I'm curious. Anyway, Jeje was in a bar, gets approached by this funny looking lady, if you ask me. That girl looks like that's her, like, her patrol area, that you know what I mean. Jeje walks away from the bar, goes to go and sit at the lounge, and then she follows him, and Jeje gives her a good look, and then he says, "Barman, a drink for this lady, please." Now, let me tell you, let me burst your bubble for a second. I don't think Jeje is going to do anything with that girl. I think Jeje is a changed man. From all the tears and the hoops that Tunde has made him jump through, I don't think Jeje will fall so easily. I think he's a changed man, and I think he's going to minister to this young lady. He's going to evangelize to her, or he's going to counsel her. That's the word, counseling. Like, how would she feel if she had a man and he was out and another woman approached him and was, trying to seduce him? How would she feel? He'll make her see the error of her ways, and, she'll leave there a better woman. Jeje will be a better man. He'll be confident. He'll go and tell Tunde that, look, I actually turned down something for you, but I'm a changed man and I'm really in this relationship 100%. I think that's what my guy Jeje is going to do. Next week, come back and tell me that I was right. I don't think Jeje is going to fall. Who I think will fall into temptation is Tunde and this whole the poet thing, who is probably that Delta boy, what's his name? Priye. I think because we saw her going out, I'm not telling her flatmates where she was going to. She's doing anyhow these days, apparently. I think she's going to have something to do with Priye. I think she's the one who's going to fall. I think deep down, Tunde actually wants to get vengeance, and making Jeje do all this, the things that she stated in that contract, I don't think it's satisfying her enough. I think she wants her pound of flesh. So I think she's actually going to do stuff with Priye, which will, at the end of the day, just prove that Priye is who he says he's not, because Priye has been saying he's a good guy, he's not just out for this and that and the other hand. But I think that's what's going to happen next week. Episode 8, look out for that. Let's see how that pans out. There was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Wande leaving her job to preserve her relationship. I guess I touched on that at the beginning, but Wande seems very naive. This is the wrong move. She's going to end up crying and severely pained, and like I said, Suki is going to act like he's the victim. This is why I think this is how women end up in relationships where they are neglected or taken for granted. You should never date a guy that you care for. I don't know what's the English. Let me take my time to get the words. Women shouldn't go after a guy that they like more than he likes them, especially at the beginning, because it will mean that the woman will be doing most of the pursuing and the pushing and the heavy lifting probably throughout the relationship. But it should be equal, or I can even allow or understand if a woman does more of the calling and the liking and the sacrifices later on in the relationship. But if she does that at the beginning, the guy is going to just take advantage. He's going to just lean back and be very blasé, very laid back about the whole relationship. And that's what she's doing. She's doing too much heavy lifting, and it's too obvious that she cares more about Suki than Suki cares about her. Suki doesn't care about this girl. Interesting episode, very nice. I liked it. It was longer than usual. There was lots to, ponder on. Really looking forward to episode 8. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Jeje is going to fall for that babe that met him in the bar? Do you think Tunde is going to do anything with Priye? Where do you think things are going to go between Suki and Wande? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. For those of you who've been following these reviews that I've been doing, the views haven't been fantastic, but thank you to those of you who've been watching. Kate and a few of you, I can't name everyone. There are a few regulars, but you guys know who you are. I'll see you guys in the comments. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, you know the drill. Give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe as well. The subscribe button is just underneath the video. I talk mainly about personal finance and investing on my channel, but I also talk about relationships every now and then. I'm really enjoying the reviews I'm doing on phases, and I'm enjoying the season, and I hope you guys are too. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next week for the episode 8 review. Take care, and I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.